Snow White is different, and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no.
Welcome, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen.
Their work makes the impossible seem possible.
With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its arms around our wildest imaginations.
Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
A prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. We're having so much fun on set. It's so magical. And every day I'm just pinching myself that I'm a freaking Disney princess. It's so stupid. Watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
Not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in. If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
World of DC heroes.
I needed a job.
Everyone who hates when I win. The winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Hey guys, so did you guys hear? Apparently Rachel Zegler and her team are going to file a lawsuit against Disney. So what does that mean? Is this for real, or is this just a rumor? So let's read this article, shall we, together as a team. Let's take a look, shall we? And this article is coming from a company called Bollywood News. And they put in this headline saying, "Is Rachel Zegler suing Disney over Snow White controversy?" So let's get to it, shall we? Let's read it together. Rumors are swirling that Rachel Zegler may be suing Disney due to the ongoing Snow White controversy. Reportedly, she has been dropped from multiple projects, with several studios allegedly cutting ties with her following the backlash. Now, Zegler and her team are reportedly exploring legal options against Disney and other major studios. It continues saying, reporters suggest that Rachel Zegler is considering suing Disney after allegedly being blacklisted by multiple Hollywood studios following the backlash surrounding Snow White. Many studios reportedly dropped her from projects. Disney allegedly removed her from several productions, including the plan of Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. Are you kidding me? She was going to be part of the reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean? Oh my god. Please don't tell me that's legit. Because if she was, I'm gonna probably jump out of the window and scream. Like, for real, like, she was going to be part of the whole Pirates of the Caribbean franchise? That can't be right. But anyway, in response, Zegler and her team are said to be preparing legal action against Disney, Sony, Paramount, and Lionsgate for originally terminating her contracts without justification. However, there has been no official confirmation regarding these claims. So that's a lot of studios that she's being blacklisted and being removed, you guys. Because if you guys don't know, Lionsgate is known from the Hunger Games franchise. That's the company. Disney, Sony and Paramount, I don't know what project she'd be working on, that's for sure. But for Pirates of the Caribbean, I don't know about that. Thank God they removed her for that. Thank goodness. Anyway, this development follows a public criticism from Jonah Platt, son of Snow White producer Mark Platt. He blames Zegler for damaging the film's box office performance. In a now deleted Instagram comment, Jonah claimed his father had to travel to New York in 2023 to personally address Zegler's social media post. He accused the actress of bringing personal politics into the film's promotion, which led to controversy that overshadowed the movie. He also argued that her actions harmed the livelihoods of many who worked on the film. So if you guys didn't see this young man's post, right? Jonas Platt's post, right? He took it down, but you guys see right here, I have the screenshot of what he said. He mentioned how his father had to tell Rachel Zegler to take this political post down on her social media, and she refused. So I didn't know why he had to delete it. He had every evidence to show, his support to claim of what she did and so on and so forth. I just feel like that's kind of butthurt for her to get all triggered by that, because knowing her for someone that's 23 years old is definitely something else. Anyway, Jonah Platt further stated, free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. He emphasized that thousands of people worked on Snow White and Zegler's actions allegedly jeopardized their efforts. So I'm going to say right now, you guys, that Jonah is definitely right about this, because, if you're going to work at a movie studio, and particularly if you're going to promoting a movie that you're working on, you do not, and I mean it, you guys, because my personal experience, you do not talk anything outside the film studio, because if you start criticizing the project or bringing politics or whatnot, the people above, meaning that people like HR or even the higher bosses, are going to look at what you post. And if you post something negative about it, they're going to easily fire you behind. And they not want you coming back whatsoever in the studio. Doesn't matter if you're an actor, producer, or director. They have every right to do so. So he's right about that. So why didn't you do that very beginning? You know what I mean? But Disney let her slide by letting it post it out there. But they fired Gina Carano, right? For her own beliefs, right? So I don't see what the problem is, you know what I mean? And, at the end of the paragraph, it goes from here that meanwhile Zegler has faced continued backlash for her outspoken political statements. In addition to her Snow White remarks, she also criticized the President of the United States and his supporters in a social media post, further fueling controversy. If you guys didn't see that, this is the one I'm showing you guys. I don't like talking about politics, and this is not a political video because I'm not into politics. I just want to show you guys what his statement was to relate to this topic, and he is right. He's definitely 100% right about what she did was kind of messed up, because it definitely made a lot of problems for Snow White. Not because of the casting, backlash, that's totally different. It was mostly because of her actions. If she was not be part of this movie, things would probably be fine, in my opinion. But I don't know if Disney would ever try to move on from this, or better yet, cancel the entire production. And the amount of money they spent making this movie, which I'm predicting was actually $230 million to make, right? And they only made what, $34 to $45 million in the box office, and that's not enough to bring in people at all. I mean, there was empty seats, for crying out loud. There's hardly anyone in the theaters, and she even put this post right here saying how it was number one movie in Disney history. What the hell is she talking about? Why is she celebrating? What is she celebrating about? Is that a victory? Is that supposed to be a troll or something, that she thinks that this is remarkable? What? She's out of her freaking mind. And now she's being blacklisted. Oh boy. And to top all that, another rumor that's circling around, that if you guys can see right here, it says that she and Gal Gadot are rumored to be part of the MCU universe. And when I saw this, you guys, I wanted to like punch the wall so freaking hard and scream. Because if this was literally like legit for her to be part of this whole Marvel universe, I swear to God, I hope they don't make this woman part of the Marvel world. I swear to God, because they are just so a disappointment, to be honest. I mean, they already ruined She-Hulk, they ruined the Captain America movie, and they already sabotaged the Eternals, they ruined mostly the Marvels, you know? They have a history of damaging the Marvel Universe, and they want to make things worse by putting her in there? Please don't tell me this is legit. Please, for the love of God. You know? And then, to make things worse, we have people that supports her. We have Pedro Pascal, we have this chick from Scream, and we have Haley, and then we have Ariana Grande that's supporting her. All these actors are trying to support her because they don't want nothing to happen to her. They keep thinking these reporters who talk about her are haters or trolls, you know, they deserve to be reporters, blah blah blah. You know, everyone has every right to express their opinion about Rachel Zegler. You know, just because she's 23 and this and that, you know, doesn't mean anything. You know, she's just a horrible, horrible person, and you want to defend her? Are you living in La La Land, for crying out loud? You guys are idiots. You know, to support someone that causes mayhem, that called the classic 1937 of Snow White outdated, how the prince was a stalker, you know, making fun of every classic film. You know, she's just a troll. She's just a plain sabotaging diva who's so poisonous, who just ruins everything she touches. You know? And you think she's a good person? Are you kidding me right now? Like, where have you been? You been to space too long? Or you smell something that makes you all woozy and you thinking that everyone is on the right track? Are you kidding me? Give me a break. You know, you guys must be in freaking living in a different dimension. You live in a Twilight Zone or something, you know? But I'm just thinking this whole thing, I know it's a rumor, but if it's just like legit that she wants to like file a lawsuit against these studios, go luck with that. You know, you're gonna be a whole laughing stock because you're just an idiot. You're the one that caused all this backlash, this whole controversy. This is on you, Rachel. This is totally on you. No one's gonna save you. I'm sorry. I don't care who's gonna like protect you. Whoever the case may be, they're not gonna save your behind. That's for sure. Because this was your chance to like step away from the film. I'm just saying. This could have solved so much easier for her to not be part of this project in the very beginning. This should have known better. I'm just saying, you know. But other than that, you guys, what do you guys think? Comment down below your thoughts in the comment section about Rachel Zegler filing a lawsuit against Disney. What do you guys think? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, as well, if you guys want to follow my social media platforms, check them down in the description. And of course, as well, down in the description as well. Please subscribe my husband, Kaim Kendra, you guys. Okay? Love you guys. Love you, Kaimi. So, this is how I lead a Mag and Negan. The Walking Dead Finger Twins, and signing off. See you guys next video. Peace out.